Welcome back to Firestorm Games and another Games Workshop unboxing video. This time we'll be taking a look inside the new Squig Hoppers from the Gloomspite Gitz range. As usual, we'll be taking a look at the contents before assembling the miniatures themselves. So let's get started. The first thing that we have inside the box is the instruction booklet. As usual, this booklet features various colours and symbols to signify contact points and alternate assemblies, with each component being individually numbered to help speed up your assembly. The booklet is split down into three sections. The first details how to assemble the basic squigs, the second shows how to build the Squig Hopper riders, with the final being for the Boing Rot bounders. Each of these last two sections is capped by a war scroll for that particular miniature range, as well as a brief painting guide. Next up, we have the three different frames that go into making these miniatures, of which you get two of each inside the box set. So, with the contents looked at, let's start with the assembly. As I've already mentioned, this set can be built either as the Boing Rot bounders or Squig Hoppers. Each choice is based around the same squig assembly. The squigs are posed in some really dynamic stances, which suits the name of bounders and hoppers perfectly. Only a single leg of the squig is attached to the base, and this is usually joined to a small piece of scenery as well, which further helps to increase the height of the miniatures. These scenery pieces range from mushrooms, stone formations, to spore plumes, which fit the background of the goblins perfectly. Now, as I mentioned, the squigs don't differ between the two builds of this kit. The real difference comes in the riders themselves. The hoppers are your typical knight goblins, equipped with a range of hand weapons, which include spike clubs, picks, and crude bladed weapons. When you look at these minis and compare it to their speedier movement in-game, you can see how these hoppers fill in the light cavalry niche of the Gloomspite Gitz. The bounders, on the other hand, suit the role of the Gloomspite heavy cavalry. They are more heavily armoured with full-face helmet adorned with vicious-looking spikes. They are also equipped with wooden spikes fashioned into lances. This gives the bounders the appearance of primitive knights riding to battle on their noble and tooth-filled steeds. It is these that you see me assembling now. So, how are these differences reflected in the kit? Well, the squig and the bulk of the goblin's body are the same across both kits. The customizations are limited to the heads and right weapon arms, which means that with a little magnetization, you could easily keep the miniatures interchangeable between the bounders and the hoppers. As I've already mentioned, the kit contains two of each of three unique sprues, which means that there is some duplication of components. However, this is mitigated by the fact that you can easily swap around the heads and mouth interiors of the squig mouths. You are also given the option of mixing and matching the goblin riders between the squigs, and there are no limitations on which heads and weapon arms goes to each body. Combined, these give you some excellent variation across not only the 10 miniatures found in this set, but also across multiple units. However, even though you have free reign during assembly, you won't find many extra components in this set. It would have been nice to see some extra optional components to help give these miniatures some individual flair, but unfortunately, these are missing from the kit. Despite this, the miniatures have some fantastic character. The squigs are the typically ferocious ball of teeth that we've come to know and love, and the riders themselves are equally expressive. You will find them clinging onto the backs of their mounts whilst being dragged through the air, which helps to give the impression of speed. So now that we've discussed this kit, let's continue with the assembly and take a look at some of the assembled miniatures. And here we have some of the completed Boing Rot bounders. Overall, this was a great kit to build. The miniatures were simple to build, look great, and have some great variations across their sculpts. Whilst there aren't any optional details, this is a fairly minor gripe. Now, if you're looking to pick up some of the Squig Cavalry for yourself, the RRP is £30. But it is currently available on the Firestorm Games webstore for 10% off that RRP at £27, and you'll find a link to its page in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, do let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all of our latest videos. So I just want to say a big thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you again on Firestorm Games.